Stop right there, criminal scum! You violated the law. Like and subscribe or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit! Broadcasting all across the realms, it's live from Dive Rock!
Hey guys, I know it's been a while, but it feels good to be back. Me and my friend Ulfrr Ty here.
Ulfrr.
We're going to be starting up a podcast, which I think I talked to you guys about probably 4 or 5 months ago, maybe 6.
It's coming next week.
Yeah. Well, life happened, and the coronavirus happened, and I moved my apartments, and I haven't been able to stream or make videos since because I've had horrible internet. On top of it, I've stopped playing For Honor for the most part, so that also hinders my channel's growth. But that's the aim of this podcast, is to kind of switch from the old focus of my channel into something new.
Yeah, something fun.
I mean, I don't want For Honor to be out of my channel, but I just don't see them moving in a direction that I really want my channel to go to. I don't know. The game just isn't what it used to be for me.
Yeah, and there's a lot of new cool stuff coming out. You want to keep making content for that?
Yep. One of the big ones, obviously, will be Elderscrolls 6, and some of you should know, because I've talked about it before, but I am a big Elder Scrolls fan. It's basically where my gaming life started, actually, was this game right here, the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. It's pretty much what really made me like games.
Yeah.
Actually.
It was a great first game, too.
And it's a big reason of why I liked For Honor, actually. That might not make much sense, but it is definitely the precursor to those types of games. It honestly inspired a whole genre in the whole West. At least Morrowind did. Oblivion, probably more so, though.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, let's start a new character.
Okay.
Have you thought all about what you want to play?
I think I want to do either Breton or Dark Elf spell sword.
Yeah. Magic is so good.
The cool thing about this game, though, is, for instance, if I level up Blade, I can use a two-hander, and I can use magic.
Yeah.
Without sacrifice, like in Skyrim.
Oh, shit, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because you can use your two-handed weapon and then some, touch spells or whatever else you want to use. Huh.
So I kind of want to get, the Boreal Glass Claymore and use maybe some frost magics.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
All the magic's super cool. I would just grab blade, light armor, and a ton of magic skills.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's probably what I'll do. And I think I'll do light over heavy armor because I think it suits magic more.
Yeah.
Can I skip this?
Yeah. Hit the space button.
Oh.
There you go. Look at that beautiful boy.
Let's see. What do Nords get?
I don't know.
They got no, that's Breton. I don't know what Nords have.
Nords are badass, though. I mean,
they are.
Look at that forehead. How much power do you think is held in that forehead?
Oh, God.
Yeah, just play a Breton.
Probably do a Breton spell sword. Female. The Windblade is pretty cool.
You gotta turn age down to the.
I don't know. It looks pretty good.
The bottom. Yeah.
Come on.
I think you can drag it.
Can I drag it?
Yeah.
This is actually my first time playing PC.
Yeah, we always played this game on Xbox 360 growing up, so. But we have it all set up to do it this way, so we figured we'd play it on PC. And if anybody played Oblivion on PC and has mods they remember, just throw that shit in the comments and we'll check the mods out.
I know that some of you guys that watched me did play Oblivion. I've talked to a few of you about it, so.
I mean, who hasn't?
I feel like Oblivion was a pretty big part of every person that likes medieval style games, lifespan at least.
Yeah, I mean, crazy influential to video games as a whole. Whenever somebody tells me that they never played Oblivion, I'm just like, what were you doing in those years? Like, what other video games were there worth playing?
Yeah, no shit. I mean, really, back then, I mean, there was like Halo 2 and Halo 3's time period in a way.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
there's always good games, but Oblivion was so good. I don't know how you could miss it.
I mean, I played it pretty much from day one till Skyrim came out. So
Yeah.
Weird. No.
Yeah, I think we played Oblivion for almost like a decade. Or 5-6 years, half of a decade. We've waited a decade for another
Elder Scrolls.
goddamn Elder Scrolls game.
That's a big fucking long wait, especially with all the Fallouts that have came out since.
Right. At least Elder Scrolls Online's good.
Yeah, I love Elder Scrolls Online. I hope that we get to use some gameplay from it in these podcasts.
I'm sure we'll
in the
talk
future.
more. I mean, the gameplay will always be something a little bit different, and the Elder Scrolls Online's gonna have that big update, which is gonna be cool. So, since we're talking about Elder Scrolls 6, anyways, I really think that some things from For Honor could be a big improvement on Elder Scrolls 6 combat.
Absolutely. I think that For Honor should be seen as a way to the future for other developers.
Yeah.
I think For Honor created probably the most in-depth, badass combat system any game's ever had.
Right.
And I think Bethesda and even From Software could take some ideas from Ubisoft on that.
It's interesting because, like, For Honor, when it was first released and for the first year, it wasn't, a lot of people were like, speed those attacks up, but that's like a competitive multiplayer problem. Like, you want things to be competitively good. But in an RPG, things can be challenging and satisfying to do without it actually being like 400 millisecond lights and stuff like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, it's a big point because instead of balancing a game around speed because it's not a competitive multiplayer game, it would be based on other factors like, I mean, even magic could be a factor in balancing. I don't know.
It wouldn't be based on personal skill level. It would be based on like a whole world of variables that they create to make the RPG more interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
But I think like Skyrim combat, but you have to block directionally, would be really fucking good.
It would. I mean, they could do it in first person. So, like, you have your top directional and the sides.
He's being an asshole to you, isn't he?
Yeah, he's being a dickhead. He even called me pale skin.
Pale skin.
It's racist.
Oh, fuck.
But, yeah, I mean, they could do a first person. I actually would prefer if Elder Scrolls kind of made the third person more viable, because after playing, like, Elder Scrolls Online, I absolutely think that third person is a great way to play these games, because it feels like you have more connection with your character if you can see it constantly. But not saying that they should get rid of the first person, because first person's a big part of the game. I mean,
it's the immersion factor.
That's exactly.
But I understand what you're saying is that like having a third person mode that's not bad. Like, honestly, Skyrim doesn't have a good third-person mode.
No, it's not a bad one.
It's not terrible.
And the craziest thing is Skyrim will have a glitch where the third person will be similar to Mass Effect. I don't know if you've ever experienced that.
Yeah, like you're kind of like
your cursor's
stylized.
The cursor's to the right of your character and it's zoomed in. And it plays way better than the third person they actually have in the game.
Yeah. So if you zoomed out in an Elder Scrolls game and it was For Honor combat, like say you're a sword and board character, and when you zoom out, it plays like a very simplified version of Black Prior. Like,
yes,
you can block and parry and attack using all those same buttons. And I mean, like, you don't need to have a game like an Elder Scrolls game doesn't necessarily need to have like all the moves that For Honor has, but that like simple system in this complex world, I think would do a lot to make the combat more fun.
I agree completely. Like, I mean, fuck, anything like that would. Just Elder Scrolls has always kind of had a dull combat in general. Yeah. Not saying that I didn't enjoy it, obviously, because I played these games more than probably any game. But I mean, fuck, anything to spice it up a little bit. And For Honor would be the perfect combat to implement.
Yeah. A lot of times I think about how old Skyrim is. Like, it's a decade old. So, like, a lot of the best combat systems came out after Skyrim came out.
Well, yeah, I mean, even, like, for instance, Dark Souls 1, it came out, like, what, was it a month before Skyrim did?
Yeah.
And so, obviously, I don't think Bethesda realized how big of an impact boss fights necessarily were. Because
I think Dark Souls 1 changed the future of
how
gaming.
do I sprint? Like, how do I walk?
If you hit tab, it changes your speed. No, maybe it's if you hit caps lock.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay,
now
that's
you're
weird.
now you're running.
Okay, but yeah,
Yeah, PC controls are weird.
they are weird.
You have a walk and a run.
And
PC games are weird in general.
E puts my fists away. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I don't think Bethesda realized, like, what an impact even just basic enemy difficulty adds to a game.
I mean, and, like, I think you could make an argument that they're dumb for not seeing that because bosses and shit like that have always been in these games. But I think Oblivion and Skyrim are both really good games.
Yes,
and they didn't realize that in the future of gaming, games wouldn't have a niche that they're good at.
No.
Like a modern game needs to be very competent when it comes to every aspect of the game.
You're right. Exactly, and I think that maybe Bethesda will realize that. And I don't think, like, Fallout 76 is... Because they tried to do some things with Fallout 76. I don't think that they're going to mess up an Elder Scrolls game like Fallout 76 was handled.
Honestly, I'm a total Elder Scrolls fanboy, so like all that Bethesda hate train, like I understand the problems that they're talking about, but I still have a lot of hope that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be a great game.
I do too, especially with every game that's come out since Skyrim and Fallout 4 even. Like, yeah. I think that they're going to be great stepping stones in a way that are going to influence people. Oh, how do I use magic?
It's the one next to
F?
D.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, F. But yeah, and I think that a For Honor type system could give so much detail to the combat. Because, like, imagine you're a mage and you're trying to block directionally, but you're actually trying to do it with your dagger that you have on your offhand.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, a great sword just breaks your arms when you try to block it with a dagger.
Exactly, but say you're, like, maybe an adept level at restoration, so you have around 50 restoration, and you can use a stronger ward spell.
Yeah.
Well, that would count as, like, a shield, a magic shield that you maybe wouldn't have to directional block. You could just,
like a ward is a
a
multi-directional block.
Similar to, like, Warlord's special.
Yeah.
Like, where you can go into a full guard.
And then, like, a master level ward would have a mechanic that's like
parry.
A black prior auto parry
Exactly.
or something like that. Or like a flip, you know? Like, you have to hit attack at the right moment while putting up your ward, but it will, like, reverse the damage.
Yep.
I think shit like that in an Elder Scrolls game could be amazing.
It really would be. And then it would also make it so Bethesda would get some good press, because people would start thinking, how can you make a first-person game have a lot more depth? Because how many first-person games have a good combat depth to it?
Yeah,
really?
I mean,
like,
I can't think of very many. Like, third person's definitely where combat finds its depth.
It is. Can you guys imagine, like, For Honor first person? Mm-hmm. It'd be insanely difficult, but it can be pulled off.
I think Chivalry probably is some of the best first person
or
combat.
that new one, Mordau. I don't know how to pronounce it.
So yeah, whatever it's called.
Know.
But that looks like it has pretty good first person combat. But imagine For Honor type combat, but in first person. Like, you got your shield up and you see the attack coming from that direction and you parry it, like, in first person. That would look amazing.
And they could make the parry function extremely similar to For Honors.
Yeah.
Like, just attack at the same time another attack is coming in, basically.
Yeah, I think For Honor it's got a stranglehold on mechanics. Like,
it really
does. I think they did a great job. I think by far one of the best things about For Honor is the characters, the customization, and the basics of the combat.
Yeah.
And I think when it was pushed into a competitive fighting game and pushed more and more competitive, it became less fun.
It did.
Because-
Not for everybody, but definitely.
Yeah, not for everybody. I'm just saying in a casual RPG combat type of way, it lost that shine in a trade for like,
drop
being
stuff?
competitive.
Yeah.
I have no clue how you would drop things.
Fuck.
You can see all of your controls if you go to the settings menu. But how would magic work in a For Honor type combat system?
If they made it simplified, so obviously I don't think an Elder Scrolls game would have as in depth as For Honor, because
Yeah.
For Honor has all the characters. I mean, Elder Scrolls could do it like you can parry, you can block directionally, but also they implement magic as like similar to Oblivion actually, where you're going to hit maybe like if you're on controller your right bumper, like a shout from Skyrim, but you'd be able to cast it in a direction that you're aiming. I don't know how they would make it work, but it'd be interesting.
I think that magic could stay very similar.
Maybe even simple, but
It could stay similar to like the Oblivion or Skyrim system, and then you use it to augment the For Honor melee combat, right?
right.
So you have like you're an ice mage, and because the For Honor combat's pretty difficult for a mage character, you actually have to focus on your immobilize spells. You got to freeze people in place,
Yeah.
because then they can't run up and fuck you up because you're a mage. Or like I think that a lot of things could be really cool with magic. Like imagine you have a spell that makes people less likely, like it lowers their defense skill,
Yeah.
and then now they're not parrying you when you swing your sword. Like
No, that's a good idea. It's so,
imagine
like,
that's another thing about the For Honor combat. The enemies could have it too. Like you could be fighting a Draugr Death Lord or whatever,
Yeah.
and he could literally like parry your weapon out of your hands. You know what I mean?
exactly. No, that's a good idea. And like, I don't think they're going to bring shouts back, obviously. But shouts would be awesome implemented into that type of combat, too,
Yeah,
for
it would
that
be
same
cool.
reason. Especially with, like, the disarms.
Yeah, shouts won't come back. That would just
not make sense.
that would make too many people upset.
I seriously, the controls did not tell me how to drop things.
Are you over encumbered?
Yeah, I can't walk.
Oh, that's hilarious. Can you? I don't know. I literally don't know. That's so funny.
I'm hitting, like, every button on the keyboard.
Or can you like drag it off your screen?
I don't think so.
Hit escape on an item.
Okay.
No, that didn't do anything. Here, I'll Google it.
How do you...
You plug the Discord server while I Google it.
God. Okay, so our Discord server is going to be back up and running. It was never really that big of a thing, sadly, because, I mean, plenty of reasons. A lot of you that have been in there would know. But with this new podcast, I'd like it to become a central hub of this channel. I want it to be where we announce our podcast so people can see our weekly podcasts and actually click on them, other than the activity bell on YouTube, obviously, because the algorithm isn't very good at recommending stuff, honestly.
Yeah, and I think the Discord will help people be more make the podcast more interactive. Like, if somebody has a cool idea, they can throw it in the Discord chat, and we would be open to discussing like fan topics or whatever the fuck you call it. So I think that the Discord page will just be like, there was a long time where you had an active Discord community.
I did, actually.
Yeah, so I just think something like that, like let people talk about Dark Souls, Elder Scrolls, For Honor, the new Assassin's Creed Valhalla, whatever's going on. Just a place for, gamers to really get down and game dirty.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And well, you guys will have a lot of access. I don't know how to walk.
Oh, it's shift click. I forgot.
Shift click.
I figured it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I forgot to tell you.
I just
Stop
saved my
picking up
entire
things.
life. I will stop. I just kind of forgot.
They're going to take you Renault's katana, remember that?
Don't I still have my?
Oh, you guys
Yeah, I
still
still
have
got this. We're
Okay,
good.
cool.
Ooh, I accidentally entered the console command.
Have you used Flare? It's fun on
How?
PC.
Wait.
Go to Magic and
Flare.
equip Flare. Yeah, it's actually quite fun on PC. Who's attacking
sweet.
you? A
Fucking
rat?
mouse.
Get out of here, rat. They're really nasty in Oblivion. They're just so
They are.
big.
They're huge.
Like skeevers almost don't look like rats. I don't know.
I
They
saw
look like
somebody
raccoons or
even
some shit.
saying like Skeevers aren't rats because they don't have the right teeth or some shit. Like, they've got a whole fucking...
Oh, that's like a fantasy rat. Some people get way too upset.
I'm auto-walking?
Rats.
That's a thing? How the fuck did
I think you gotta hit tab
Why?
again.
Why do people like auto-walking?
I don't know, PC players.
Like those phone games that play themselves, people go, yes.
Yeah, I couldn't stand that shit. I can't take it. But so I think magic would augment the really would augment For Honor's system in a
really
first-person
well,
mode,
actually.
especially if you're thinking about like magic wards negating the need to even play the For Honor type system.
It would be.
I think
interesting too, because if you made a spell sword character,
Right.
you could use like one-handed and ward, and you would negate the three-way directional block mechanic. But I mean, like, what if your mana ran out?
Yeah, then you got to think about.
You got to think about and actually play it like normal.
Yeah, it adds a lot of layers, and then like imagine like late game, like if people honestly don't want to interact with the system because it is Elder Scrolls, people are allowed to play it however they want, you know.
Exactly. That's the whole.
Make it so that like there's shit like if you are a master in the block skill, you could like not even need to directionally block if you don't want to. Like if you have your block up, it'll block attacks, and then you can freely parry them too if you want.
Exactly. I think, doesn't Witcher 3 have a mechanic like that?
I don't know. I can't play that game.
I think it's. I mean, all of you guys have probably played it. I haven't. I've watched Stella play them. But I think it's if you're being attacked in any direction, you can parry just by hitting a certain button, right?
Yeah.
Which might be how you do it in a first-person sense. I don't know. It'd be hard to do parries because, like, in an Elder Scrolls first-person way, if you're getting attacked from three sides, even from behind, how would you go about parrying?
That's interesting.
Because For Honor does a great job of it where you kind of auto-parry if you parry one guy first.
I think that would be a good system too. I don't know. That is an interesting system. I think that, you know, like in the For Honor training mode where it like shows the perfect time to parry.
Yes, exactly.
Kind of like that old Fable 2 mini games for chopping wood and shit. I think that wouldn't be so bad in an Elder Scrolls game too, because these games, I mean, it's more casual than For Honor. That's not even like a dig on the game. For Honor is not even a casual game. It's a fucking annoying.
It's an
game.
Elitist game. Like,
It's
you're playing
fun.
it. You're playing it to kick some guys'
We've
ass.
both put thousands of hours into it, but I mean, I couldn't get people into it because it's hard.
Well, yeah, I mean, every time I try to get a real-life friend into it,
They'd be like, wow,
They'd be like,
you guys
"Oh,
play this
wow.
all day, every day?
this is pretty cool. I just wish that it was
slap
fun.
those goblins.
Yeah, I know. I love that. Fucking hell. And that's something I want to bring up, too. For Honor in an RPG format would be probably the best game ever made.
Yeah.
Like, and that's another reason why it'd be great for Elder Scrolls to implement that combat system is... I think For Honor found the perfect melee combat system.
I really love it too. Like the other night I got on because it had been months, but I just wanted to duel, and I we were loading in. I couldn't even remember the controls.
Oh.
I was like loading into the match. I picked Berserker, and I was like, how does the game even work? But then I got in, and it felt really natural, and I had a fun time playing Berserker. Because he's so easy, but also just because he has so many options, and the gameplay is genuinely fun. I just don't genuinely like playing another Dominion match after all these years. You know what I mean?
Agree completely. Like, I do like to get on a duel occasionally. I like to try to get some clips for videos, but for the most part, like, I don't know if I'm in a weird MMR on Xbox, but it just doesn't feel good to win, and it doesn't feel good to lose either.
Yeah.
Like, it's at a point where if I lose, it's not because I got bested by the other player. It just feels like because the game's so simplified compared to what it used to be, which is kind of weird to say because it isn't.
Yeah, I feel like that's your take for sure.
It is.
A lot of people would say it's way more complicated than it used to be, but in a way,
I think
I guess
it allows
what you're
more
saying,
simple play styles.
Yeah, like,
but it is more complicated.
Like back during the Turtle Meta days, Turtle Meta, you know,
Turtle Meta.
You could not just throw lights, and some people would be like, you can't do that still today, and it's like, okay, sure, if everybody in the lobby is took their 5-hour energy before the match. Like, yeah, nobody
fucking
can
pop
throw
some
away.
Adderalls. Yeah,
And yeah, in a competitive sense,
and maybe on
the
PC
game
too.
is
Yes.
like that. And on PC, but you got to remember we're lifelong console players.
Yeah, I don't play on PC.
So yeah, sometimes when you want to relax after work and you jump on For Honor and somebody spams you with light attack after light attack, you're like, instead of playing this reaction time simulator, I think I'm gonna go play something else.
No, that's the thing. Reaction Time Simulator died with season 5. It slowly became prediction simulator. Like,
Lots
can
of
I
predictions.
predict this fucking 300 millisecond delayed light from an Orochi? And if I can't, is he gonna message me and freak out that he beat my ass? Like, yeah.
You're Houndatara and I beat your ass with a low tier.
So, yes.
Cool.
I
Good
just
for
worked
you,
for
man.
40 hours, dude.
But like away from the For Honor like problems,
Yeah.
it has a great combat system, and
Like I
I
said,
really
the
hope that
best.
more games like. What's funny, looking at the Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailers,
Yeah.
can you tell that the For Honor dev team, like the art team and shit, like a lot of them were moved to
Oh,
build
absolutely.
that world?
I wouldn't be surprised if For Honor lost at least 70% of its head developers to the Assassin's Creed developers.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Eric Pope got moved. Ari McGilvray got moved. I mean, fuck, almost everybody besides, like, what, Roman and Stefan?
Yeah. Who are you gonna play? You're doing a spell sword?
Mage is always a good pick for spell
Was there
sword.
something dumb like
Apprentice type dumb? Because that's, like, the worst shit
no, not
ever.
apprentice type dumb. Not
Lady's
Atronach
good.
type dumb. What about the
Something
shadow?
fun?
There's always shadow type dumb.
Shadow's dumb, but we can use a fucking sigil stone to do that.
Oh.
I want something that's useful, but...
The serpent's a paralysis poison, right?
Yeah, that one's really good, especially if you want to get Umbra.
Yeah.
But, Warrior... Tower is pretty damn awesome.
What is it?
It's the free lock.
Average lock?
Yeah.
But in Oblivion, you're allowed to try average locks,
You are,
right?
you are.
Then whatever. I mean, you can lock pick.
God.
I don't know, just go with like the mage or something. Just get the buff.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to start out with the mage.
Yee. Anyways, what were you saying about For Honor?
I don't remember.
I don't remember yet.
I was thinking about Oblivion.
Yeah, I started thinking about Oblivion.
Um,
Oh, the developers. Yeah, because like a year plus ago, all of the biggest For Honor devs started going away and away. And like I know that Damien was really big for like the development of some of the bigger Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, he was.
I would not be surprised if after making a very successful Viking game with For Honor, that Damien was asked to go work on like an Assassin's Creed.
Well, that's
a
true.
Valhalla
Also,
project.
He moved back to France, I believe.
Yeah.
What does France make over there?
For Ubisoft?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know they made the Ghost Recon Future Soldier game. Oh, I keep auto-walking.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I wonder what Eric Pope's one. I wonder if it'll be like a For Honor or sorry, what's that game called?
Assassin's Creed
Assassin's
Community
Creed
Manager?
Valhalla like weekly update from Eric Pope. Wouldn't that
That'd
be
be
cute?
sweet. I miss that
I miss
guy.
him. He was a
He was
a good part of the
He was a
community.
big part. That's one thing that really hurt me about For Honor was all the developers that I watched since, I mean, fuck, day one of that game's drop,
Yeah.
all slowly moved away from them.
And it's
They
hard to
all
feel
did.
like did you see that they're re-releasing old events but they're not doing the Apollyon event? And
Yes.
it's like, does anybody that works on the current team know?
They don't even, they might
What's
not even
going
know
on?
it existed.
Like,
because
nothing
they're all
against
new.
them, but that was the best event, and the community loves it. You look on Reddit, people are constantly saying, Hey, bring
first
that
of all,
back.
it added sweet badass black and gold trimmed armor and weapons.
yes.
It added a PvE mode where people could fight actually hard, like boss-like enemies.
Yes.
Which is what I'm talking about. Why I think that combat would be fucking amazing in an RPG setting.
Agreed.
I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah,
reasons
like
why that
fighting
event was awesome.
Gudmundur in the multiplayer match was badass, and all the other characters, like, do you remember when Tenzin would just, is that his name? Tozen would just like deflect you and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And they had unique moves that I wish were added to the full characters.
Yeah, I'm glad we rounded over to this Apollyon event, because that is like good PvE in For Honor.
That is great PvE that they could implement into. I mean, maybe a For Honor 2 would have an RPG main story.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls could do it probably better, though. I would hope. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to talk to you.
Yeah, he's like, get out of my fucking way, prisoner.
They're assholes. But yeah, that event, I loved it. And that event was also like a big part of my For Honor and YouTube career too. It was basically when I was first starting out, like, to get known in a way.
Because it was right after. I
got a lot of good memories with it. It was right after the buff. It was the Highlander buff.
Yeah.
And people just started knowing me.
Dude, that guy killed me earlier.
I know, he's a fucking asshole. Good thing we got Boris here, though. He's a badass.
Boris just slapped his cheeks together.
Remember that character I had called Nilrim? Where I came back, Staff of Worms, the Emperor, was able to clone him with a Skull of Corruption, and then like do that glitch where you can search a dying clone's body and steal the Emperor's robes.
Those are some obscure glitches. I love glitches, honestly. I hope next Elder Scrolls.
Me too.
I hope the next Elder Scrolls has a bunch of glitches, just not in the combat
What I'm gonna do
system.
here? I'm gonna find the coolest picture.
Find somebody that looks like Highlander.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Barbarian's pretty badass.
Yeah, that is badass.
Let's keep going. I always liked the Nightblade picture.
I did too.
Actually. I didn't like Nightblade as much in Elder Scrolls Online though. Let's see, Witch Hunter. Witch Hunter always was so lame. It was like, really? They picked a Robin Hood little boy to be the Witch Hunter?
Yeah, a lot of these pictures are super like Arthurian high fantasy.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with just Barbarian. He's pretty badass.
Custom class.
I'm going to go with probably the Magic. Not because combat's not going to be my main focus, but Magic's just going to have more bonuses. I think
Intelligence and Endurance.
This is your Max Magicka, Alchemy, Conjuration, Mysticism. This is Fatigue. So that's a pretty big one.
Oh, yeah, Willpower.
Destruction. Yeah, Willpower.
Fatigue and Destruction.
Probably Willpower and...
What's Endurance?
That's Health. Block armor.
How much fatigue you have. Health.
It's good, but the problem is the skills it buffs I'm not going to be really using.
And how much health your health increases when you level up.
I mean, it is good. But I want to run Blade.
You want Blade to be good? Then pick
I think
Strength
I'll
and
probably do
Willpower.
Strength and Willpower.
Cool. Okay. So Blade.
Definitely Blade. I'm going to do Alteration for some shielding spells.
Pick Alteration or Light Armor. Which
Either
one
or?
would you rather have?
Ooh. Probably Light Armor. Maybe.
The Protect spells aren't bad.
No, they are very good. But Light Armor's pretty important. Illusion, maybe not. Mysticism's cool as fuck because of that shit. But you can get...
Absorb, Reflect, Dispel, Move, Sense Life, and Bind Souls. Yeah, do
I
Mysticism.
think I'll do Mysticism since I removed it in Skyrim.
Destruction and Restoration.
Oh, absolutely. Destruction. Restoration, where are you? Conjuration is definitely something.
Yeah, because if we actually got high level on this account, you could get like a Storm Atronach.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That's a point.
What's left?
I could run... Honestly, I could do Alteration and... Alchemy's a good one, too, in this game.
Vote in the comments.
Can I do both? No. Fuck. I'm just going to do the Alteration.
Dude, do Acrobatics so you can fly.
No!
Come on.
That'll ruin my character's leveling, remember?
Fine.
Let me call him...
Highlander.
Ooh.
Be the Highlander.
Even though Highlander's not a mage.
Well, you don't know that. He could be.
Yes.
Cool.
Perfect. I'm going to use a two-hander, though. So that's gonna be nice.
I never would have guessed.
Wow.
He couldn't guess you were a Highlander main.
He didn't know my YouTube channel.
He doesn't know your history.
You know what's gonna be funny is that I think there's a lot of people that don't, and if they would come to my channel, I get like comments today. They're like, "Wow, you're pretty good. You should check out Moozalicious." Like the other big Highlander uploaders, I'm like, I've been around for a while. Like I know, it's just funny because I think that they like came with like season probably 6 or season whatever, probably around when I stopped uploading and didn't know I existed, which makes sense. I mean,
I really liked that Sons of the Hound. I bet people can hear whatever the fuck that is outside.
very loud car. But yeah, Sons of the Hound, that was I mean, we're going to link that shit. I'm going to make a community post about it.
Yeah.
That was one of the coolest videos I've seen. I was very happy to see it. It made me very sad I don't play For Honor very much anymore.
Right.
To be honest, like, it really... Because
well,
For Honor has such a good community, actually. It really does.
Maybe we'll do a podcast episode where we just duel on For Honor while we talk.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'd love to do that.
That'd be fun.
Just like a Fight Club podcast. Be sweet. And I'd like to do a live stream podcast sometime. Doing that similar thing.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We could do this show live. Answer questions.
In the future.
That'd be fun.
Not right now, but we'll get there.
Yeah. But I think that, this will just be a good vent. Like, people that we used to play For Honor with are welcome to join the Discord and hang out and talk about not just For Honor, but obviously Elder Scrolls and Dark Souls and Elden Ring and
exactly.
Elden Ring
will be a focus of my channel too. I hope you guys are interested in that game.
Yeah.
If it okay, let me fucking put a disclaimer. If the game isn't like Sekiro, not that I didn't like Sekiro, but I need multiplayer and I need to be in a time period I enjoy playing. Sekiro is neither of those. I don't have anything against Japan like style games, but it's the fact I couldn't create my own character.
Right. It's like when
I equip my own weapons and armor and choose what I want to do.
I still want to play it, but it's hard when you've played thousands of hours of Dark Souls to not be able to play it like an RPG.
Exactly.
It's an action game. It's not an RPG.
And especially coming from Dark Souls 2 being one of my very favorite of games to exist, it had the most customization and combat differences, and then Sekiro's just like, you can light spam with a katana.
Right.
And that's what you have to do.
So if Elden Ring's good, we'll make a bunch of Elden Ring content. We'll just keep making these videos about old games and old topics and new shit and funny shit. So that's just going to be a staple.
Oh, absolutely.
And then hopefully Elder Scrolls 6 gets announced at some point.
Yeah, I mean...
Wait, do you think Assassin's Creed Valhalla will have a multiplayer?
Did Odyssey?
No.
I don't think it did.
But they liked making multiplayers, and then they stopped with Origins and Odyssey. But maybe Valhalla will be the return of a multiplayer.
No, that's a great idea. I mean, maybe they could use a For Honor combat system since they basically own it.
It's funny that with Assassin's Creed, they really started doing the Dark Souls type combat system.
They did. Which was a great combat system, but I do think is worse than the For Honor system.
Yeah. I think every combat system's worse than the For Honor system.
Me too. And, I mean, something that we have to give For Honor too is they had the best animations of probably any game I've ever played. God, fucking, how do I heal you?
You're gonna fucking die.
Don't kill me. Oh, do I got some healing potions?
Yeah, you do.
I'll make him have coronavirus.
Coronavirus
potion.
There we go.
Come on. Yeah, you like that?
Oh, he's coughing on you. Kill him before he infects you.
Come on.
I hope everybody's doing good during this quarantine season. We definitely have been bored.
Yeah, I've been sadly working the entire time. More so than I want to. I've been getting lots of overtime.
Hound's an essential worker.
I'm essential.
Well, I guess I am too.
Lifestyle.
I feel like most young people are essential workers, which is probably good.
Yeah, it is.
But we'll start making this podcast every so often. It'll be fun.
I think it's going to be a good thing.
Well, zap that guy.
How do you crouch?
I don't know. Look at that fucking staff. That's so gorgeous.
I wish they had these in SO. Oh.
But yeah, guys, keep your eye out. Check out the Discord. And I think this is the end of this episode.
I think it's been long enough. Really.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
we just
probably
played the tutorial. So next
I'd be
episode-
surprised if anybody made it to this point. There's a secret message. A secret message.
What is it?
You're supposed to go to the comment section and type Hound gay.
That's fucked. That's the secret. That's the secret.
Go to the comment section and say Hound gay.
Oh, another thing too, I forgot. I do want to do history on this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Because that was something we promised.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That'd be great.
Eventually.
Just play Oblivion and talk about Celtic gods.
For you guys that are interested in that stuff, I know there's a few who are very excited for a history podcast. So, I mean, we'll get there too.
Yeah, I have a history degree.
It's just harder
Useless.
to in this time period, it's harder to write up a whole history podcast, to be honest, because it's a lot more academic. You can't just really do it. But I mean, we could make one for fun. It just
for sure
is good.
But I think we could play Oblivion and talk about Celtic gods or Norse gods or whatever.
Too.
So like, actually, in the comments, nobody say Hound gay. Instead, don't say that. Leave just what you would like to have people talk about, and we'll get guests on.
I'd love to get guests, even other For Honor uploaders.
Yeah, For Honor uploaders, friends, just people that have been in the community. Like, there's no reason that if somebody's cool and have been active in the Discord, maybe one day they could be a podcast guest. So
exactly, and I'd love to talk about just even life stuff with you guys.
Yeah, anything fun. But yeah, cool. That's the Live from Dive Rock podcast coming straight to you from all across Nern.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you later, and hopefully you'll watch the second one.
Yeah. Peace.